everyone, welcome to One for the Why. So this is our first video and we are going to create a simple demo Spring Boot project. It will be having lot of new concepts you will get to know lot of new things and how these all things work together. So you may know that there is concept of controller, service and repository, but why these are important and uh, why these concepts we are going to see in detail. So we are going to use Spring Boot, MySQL and JPA. So JPA for interacting with MySQL. So in detail we are going to see this our first demo project. So let's get started. So firstly we have to initialize our Spring Boot project. So just type Spring initialize. Yes, so we have to create our project from here only. So we can give any name here, but I am keeping same demo. So very important step is we have to add dependencies. So first dependency we can add is Spring Web. So Spring Web we use for building our REST APIs. So another is Spring Boot Dev Tools. So this dependency we use to auto restart our project, so we don't need to manually restart the application. So third dependency is Spring Data JPA. So this dependency we use for interacting with MySQL and MySQL driver. So with this we use for interacting with connecting with MySQL. So keep this other thing that as it is. You can change project name here, then click generate. Okay, so you can see here downloaded. You can extract. So I have extracted this. So you can. So I am going to use Eclipse for this. So first open our project directory and open our project. See, choose only the project folder only, not the extracted folder. So only for this I have demo project. Yes, now we can import our first project. Import this from downloads. Yes, our project got successfully imported in our Eclipse. So you can go in srsim in Java. There is one package called com.example.demo and there is one file as demo application.java. So this is our main file. So execution of our program starts from this file only. This is called as main file of our Spring Boot. So let's get started. So firstly what we have to create is we have to there is another one file called as application properties. So we have to write the code for the configuration of MySQL. So you can directly copy the files. I will provide you this code. So we have to just change the database name and password from this file. So firstly we will create a new database. So just open MySQL workbench and write command as create database user db and run this file. So our database got created. So use user db. So show tables. So you are seeing that currently there are no tables in our database. So you can change the database name here user db and change password. My password is MySQL. That's why I chose the MySQL password. So let's get started. So firstly we will create a entity class. So what is entity class? So entity class is this class whose table will be created in our MySQL database. Got it? So let's write code for this class. So there will be three variables which I am going to use. It's string name and private string email. Okay, these are the columns in our table. So ID which we want to generate it auto generate. So simply write ID and generated value. Strategy equal to generation type dot identity. So what this line generate is it automatically generates ID. Means we don't have to manually generate ID. So just import the package. Okay, so we have done it and just view annotation as entity. So this user class will be converted into table in our database. So if you want to strategy, okay, we will run this application. So yes, our application is successfully running. So let's run this query again. So it is not showing entity at user db. Yes. So here is our table got created as user. So our class name got converted into table name. Okay. So we have to generate constructors and getters and setters. So just go to source, generate getters and setters, select all and generate. So we have to generate. Okay, this is enough. So we have to generate getters and setters. So our entity class is ready. So next we will create our JPA repository. So why we use this JPA repositories to interact with database. So let's create an interface. Extends JPA project. So we have to give two parameters: our entity name and data type of ID as long. Now just import the package. JPA repository. So which package got installed is very long. So why it is giving error? JPA repository interface in the repository extends JPA repository user comma long. Sorry, we have to give here curly brackets. Okay, so we have successfully extended our JPA repository. Now we have to create a service class. So why we use a service class? So service class is used to write our business logic for our project. So let's write code, then I will explain. User service. So here we need to create object of user repository. Repository. So why we have created a class of why we call this is we are going to use JPA repository functions only for our business logic. That's why we imported the user repository. So here what we are going to write is we are going to write logic for getting users from the database. So let's write a logic. So let's write a function public. So we will be returning a list wherein it will be contain users get all users. In this function we are going to write Java util. Okay, so we are going to return user repository. User repository dot find all. So see, we just have to write find all. User repository dot find all. It will return a list of users from our database. Yes, as simple as that. So we just have to call a function which is find all, which we will be getting a list as output. So we have created a service class. We will be annotated it as service. Import the package. Okay, so we need to call this service from the controller. So that's why we use controller class. So the HTTP request will be handled by the controller class and this will be sent to service class. Okay, that's why we use the controller class. So let's write the controller class user controller. So we are going to make the object of service class because we are going to use functions from service classes. User service. Okay, so our list will be displayed to the user. That's why we have to write get mapping. Why? Because we are getting the values from database. That's why we have to the get mapping annotation, import it and get mapping. So firstly write the function. Let's write. So function will be same as this. Function will be same only, but we are calling only service class. Service. Okay. user service dot get function will be dot get all users. Okay, so let's make this class as controller. We use rest controller and add request mapping. So let's see why we use this. So import it. Yes, so why we are using rest controller? If we are making this user controller classes controller, and why we use the request mapping? So the slash users will be controlled by user controller class. That's why we use the request mapping. So in our http colon 880 slash users, this request will be controlled by user controller. So okay, and here we will write get mapping. So this will be users will be getting from database. That's why we are giving it get mapping. Okay, so one thing remaining is we have to, so we are using another class in this class. We directly we are making objects. We are not making any we are not initializing any particular object. That's why we are directly calling another class in this class. So Spring Boot we use attwire annotation for this. Attwire. So import it. So the class directly called by Spring Boot in this. So that's why we use the attwire. So let's save this project and we can open our, so okay, so we can add one entity in this project, in this our table. Insert into user values 1 comma, what was the second entity, what was second name. Okay, name is ABC and the email is abc at gmail.com. So let's run this. Okay, so select star from user. So these are the values in our user table. So we will try to fetch these values in from our code. So we will use the postman for this. Okay, so our project is running on port 880. That's why we, so what was the entry point, which was slash users. So we will write slash users only and uh, mapping as get mapping. Save. So see, we are getting values as abc name and email. Okay, email name. Okay, so we are getting values by writing this simple two-line code. So from find all method we are getting all the values. So next we will write code to post values into database. So we will write code in service. So we'll write function as public user add user add. So see what is return type is user. So we are giving values in JSON format, and this JSON format is converted into user objects. That's why we use the request body annotation. Request body user user. So the JSON format will be converted into the user object. That's why we use the request body annotation. So just return user repository dot save user. So see we are just writing dot save user. This will be automatically get saved in our database. So we will create a controller for this. So we just copy this code and paste, because our function will be same only, but just the class name and function name will change. User service and function, what functions was add user. So we will be calling add user, add user. So and the mapping will be post mapping, post mapping. So we'll import this post mapping. So we have done everything. Just save the code and can we can use the post one to post our values. So in bodies raw and select JSON, give as control C name pqr at gmail.com. So just send this request. Yes, so this request is successfully got sent. So just check in MySQL database. So run this query as select star from user, and the entry is got executed, and our values are got saved in our database. So id is automatically generated. We only pass the name and email. So the id is automatically generated, email and name. So values are uh, we are getting values in our database. So we will be mapping the get request, and we are getting two values from our database. So this is a simple first project we created using Spring Boot and MySQL, wherein we created two APIs for getting the values from database and posting the values into database. So I hope you learned all the things in detail and you got to learn everything. So if whenever we are sending request using this slash users, and when it is get mapping, this request will be uh, controlled by this function, and this calls the user service dot get all users. So and get all users perform this as user repository that dot find all. So this find all returns the list of users, and we are getting the list of users in JSON format. Why we are getting in JSON format is we are using the REST controller. So at REST controller is used also for the giving response in JSON format. So like this, when we are giving as post request, this request is handled by this add user, and uh, this JSON format is converted into object, and object is getting saved into the repository dot save. So this in this way we have just completed our first demo project. I hope you have learned something new and something informative. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. So and comment me if you have any doubt or any changes. Thank you.